Hello, welcome back. Again, let me start with a disclaimer. If you are a Jaggi, Vasudev, Sadhguru, worshipper, believer, whatever you call yourself, maybe, this video is not for you. Or if you are someone who believes in this mythologies and mysticism, all those stuff, this video is not for you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Uh, but if you are interested in knowing the truth, or if you like to know the truth and expose the mumbo jumbo of Mr. Jaggi Vasudev, then continue. Let's see what Mr. Jaggi has to say now about science. Yes, he claims that he has profound answer about the universe and its creation. Uh, okay, what you got, Mr. Jaggi Vasudev?
Question is not related to yoga. Okay, Sadhguru, there were questions that I have come with, and one of those is, what was the reason of creation of this universe?
Why are you asking me? I didn't do it. No, you first…
So the question was, what was the reason for creation of the universe? So the question is based on the premise that the universe was created. So created means that there's an entity with a mind that's without a being like a human or other body that's that had an intention, and with that intention created that universe. So it, otherwise, how universe formed or how universe evolved, how universe came to existence, that could have been the question. But the question was, what was the reason for creation of the universe? So somebody created it, somebody or some entity, something created it. What was the reason behind that some entity? So that was basically the question. So before I go into his take on the whatever the reason or what he think about the reason behind the creation of the universe, let me say what science talk about the creation. So creation that tells that there's something with the mind that created. But with science, we know that conscience is not universe, and it's not everywhere in the universe. So in life, human beings are on the top of the chain of consciousness. So, but if you take a, say, amoeba or one cell life form like bacteria or semi life form like virus, there's no consciousness in those life form. But its consciousness is like a spectrum. So human is on the top, then other beings like primates, your pets, they have a lower level of consciousness. So, but if you look at the rock or some other planets or gas, none of those has a consciousness. So if you ask a question, what was the reason, you essentially asking something like human or some other mind created this universe. So that was the premise behind that question. But the universe doesn't have consciousness at its starting. So the consciousness was the process that evolved later. So the universe is without consciousness. So that's the most of our universe. Whether there's a life form somewhere else in other planets or other solar system or other star system or other galaxy, that's not relevant. But even if it exists there, it's not present everywhere in this universe. So that those life form only could have evolved later on. So beings evolve from non-beings. That's the universal truth. let's see what Mr. Jaggi Vasudev has to say.
It's not related to yoga. There's nothing which is not related to yoga. Because yoga means union. Yoga does not mean twisting your body, standing on your head, holding your breath, or some other nonsense. Yoga means union. Union means all-inclusiveness. Everything has become one in your experience. Now, this is not our idea, because that is the way existence is, that it is all-inclusive. There is nothing here which you can separate from the other. Today, modern science is proving it to you beyond any doubt that the whole existence is just one energy. Yes?
So he's just randomly throwing out words like all inclusiveness. What that's supposed to mean? What is inclusiveness? This word is related to being, like someone with a mind who does not discriminate or does not exclude, including other viewpoints or other culture. That's what inclusiveness is. What inclusiveness has anything to do with some big mountain or some rock laying somewhere in a mountain? So does a rock is inclusive? He's just throwing out that word, say, the universe has energy, so it's all inclusiveness. It's just a meaningless word he's just throwing out.
The religions of the world have been screaming for a long time that God is everywhere. Whether you say God is everywhere, or you say everything is one energy, are you talking about different realities or the same reality? God is everywhere, everything is one energy. Are we talking about the same thing?
No, we are not. The God is everywhere is an anthropomorphological concept. It's not unique to one culture or one religion. Every religion came up with a different form of mythological stories that kind of says that God is everywhere, but what that means is it's a mind, a consciousness mind that's not human being, but that exists somewhere without a material body, or that somehow permeates the universe, and it creates things whatever it wants. It has a desire, it can reason or it cannot reason, whatever, but it's a mind. But in science, energy means it's not mind. It's not even what he thinks, what he says. Energy is a concept that integrates different types of matter and motion of matter. So say I have a cup of coffee in my hand and I heat it up, and there's a sun rays coming from somewhere. How do I relate it to these two? That's what the concept of energy helps us to relate. And I'm running somewhere at 100 kilometers an hour, and there's a bunch of ants roaming around. So how do I relate to those? That's where the concept of energy comes. So that has nothing to do with some conscious, imaginary conscious mind somewhere permeates in the universe. No, the universe is almost void of consciousness. Like the consciousness evolved later on, like our human beings, from other life forms. And in fact, most of the universe has just material that not conscious, and energy form, there's no consciousness anywhere. And we're not talking about the same thing. So I don't know what he's trying to pull out here.
A scientist never experienced this, he only mathematically deduced it. When Einstein said E is equal to mc squared, that is not his living experience, that is his mathematical deduction. A religious person never experienced it, he just believes it because somebody that he believes in said so. Now, yoga means you are a hard case. You are not willing to settle for deductions or belief systems, you want to know it. So, if you sit here If you can experience the whole existence as yourself, then you're in yoga.
See, now he pull out something. The scientists there's something they're doing called detection. It's not a big deal. Then the other side, the religious people, they just believe story from other people. But I am the smartest guy out of these two, and I know everything they don't know because I am experiencing it. That's what essentially he's saying. Those are like dumbest people, and I'm the smartest because I experience it. What do you experience it? You know, the bending your body, twisting your body, standing on your head, and breathing technique, or other nonsense. That's not experience. That's not yoga. That's not union. That's not inclusiveness. Then what are you experiencing? What is experiencing means? In order for you to experience, you need to have a mind, a consistent mind. A rock, does a rock or some stone or soil, some water somewhere experience anything? What is experience means? You cannot just throw it some mumbo jumbo words, oh, I know better. And by the way, there's nothing that you experience that another human beings, scientists, cannot experience. And all you have to, all you're saying is you have to believe something that it's called experience. And if you don't believe it, then you're not experiencing it. Then it's in your mind, your belief. Experience does not discriminate any other life form or any other human being. There's nothing you can only experience that no one else can experience it. That's just utter nonsense.
So there is no question not related to yoga, okay? It is very related. Now what you…
Oh my gosh. So the question was, what was the reason for creation of the universe? So since you asked, he's saying you're not in the state of mind that makes you understand it, because you are asking. If you are in a state of mind, you're not going to ask. But he wants to come in a state of mind, then you won't ask. But he's going to tell you that's not verbal. So basically, you have to believe him and not ask him. Then he's not going to tell you that it's not verbal, and he say he's in a state. So basically, I'm not going to tell you an answer. You just have to believe I have an answer. That's what he is telling you. And with the word like experience, union, yoga, energy, and everything. So just typical mystic mumbo jumbo guy who couldn't, he doesn't have a humility. So I don't have an answer. I don't understand any of these. But he want to say he has an answer, but you cannot ask the answer. But I'm not going to tell you the answer. But if you believe me, I have an answer, then you got the answer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.